are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, pretty, pretty.
Hi, welcome back to my salon. How are you? How are you doing? Welcome to this video. It has been so long since I've actually sat down and filmed a TBR. I don't know why, but the last few months, the 2024 year, I was like, I'm not gonna film TBRs. I don't really feel like it. What? Doesn't make any sense. We're gonna talk about the books I'm gonna read, that I want to read, that my heart tells me to read. I have a lot of different things, okay? We've got horror, we've got romance, we've got trash, we've got yaoi / mangwha, we've got fantasy, okay? We've got a little bit of everything. That's what you can expect from this channel, Jordaline Read. Let's get started, okay? Excuse me. By the way, what do you think of my hair? I put my extensions in and I cut my extensions myself. Also, if it looks like shit, that's why. But I gave myself choppy, disgusting little layers in my extensions. And honestly, I feel like it's kind of serving. I kind of feel like a girly who is in a band, or she follows a band, or she's dating a guy who's in a band. Or I feel like a girl who's bisexual and mostly dates girls, and that girl is in a band. I just feel like a girl who has associations with a band. Okay, anyway, the first book we're gonna talk about is called Knock Knock Open Wide, and it's April's book club pick for my Tiffany, can I be honest with you? Can I be real? Can I be vulnerable? If you were ever going to join the Patreon, April would be the time to do it. Not only do we have the most amazing book / guest for the book club on the Patreon, but also in April, I'm hosting a little choose your own adventure readathon. So in April, we're gonna have the book club pick, which is Knock Knock Open Wide. Then our guest for the book club is gonna be Becca. Okay, this is the thing. I am always starstruck by other booktubers. The same thing happened with fucking Becca. I was like, how do you even know I exist? So we're gonna have Becca. She's gonna join us for the book club. I'm so excited. So excited. And then also, we're gonna have a little readathon just on the Patreon. It's a choose your own adventure kind of thing. I came up with the idea. I invented choose your own adventure. I'm a genius. In case you're okay, I'm not convinced. What is this book about? Let me tell you, you sweet little pumpkin pot pie bitch. This is about this girl and this other girl. They start dating. One of them hasn't met the other's family. One weekend, they go up to see her mom, and things are weird. Now let's jump into the past. We have our girl, I forget her name, let's call her Cynthia. Cynthia's driving. It's 1974 or something like that. Cynthia's driving. She sees on the road in front of her a little dead body. By a little dead body, I mean the body of a grown-ass person. She finds a corpse on the side of the road. And what does Cynthia do? Tiffany, do you know? Cynthia does not get on the telephone to call the police. No, Cynthia gets out of her car, waddles on up to this fucking corpse and drags it into her car. Cynthia takes it home. This woman takes home this corpse. She drags it into a barn and does some weird fuck shit with it. Back to the present, we're meeting Cynthia because her daughter has brought home this girl. I literally don't know what to expect, but I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I've heard good things, honestly. If you're interested in joining the Patreon, where we have the book club, reading spreads, exclusive content, readathons, all kinds of extra shit, please check it out. I'm also delving deeper into my ASMR bag on the Patreon. I'm just making ASMR videos and I'm posting them on Patreon. Anyway, should we talk about horror? I think we should, Tiffany. I have this book and I bought it literally for the cover. The thing is too, it literally calls to me. I don't know why, but I'm drawn towards it. And that is Fever House by Keith Rawson. Look at this cover. Is that not fucking stunning? I bought it for the cover. I did read the synopsis, but I was good enough, I'll buy it. It was the kind of thing where I had already decided, but then I was I should read the synopsis just to really make sure. And then at the end of it, I was like, and that's fine. And like bought it. I look at this book. I see it on my shelves. It's like the One Ring. It calls to me. It whispers in the night. I wake up at 4 a.m., sweat drenched, breathing heavily. Fever house. Imagine your name is Hutch. You work for this guy as sort of like the muscle. You are going to this apartment. You live in Portland, Oregon. You go to this apartment to get drug money from this guy who owes your boss this shit, right? And so you go. Nobody seems to be home, so you're just looking around, whatever, snooping, and you look in the fridge and you find a severed hand in the fridge. And upon finding that severed hand, you also realize that this hand causes uncontrollable rage, uncontrollable madness. Without you really wanting it to, a bunch of weird shit starts happening. Like government agents, all of these other people who want the hand, and you're just trying to fucking run for your goddamn fucking life because you don't want any of this shit. You call your boss, whose name is Nick, who lives with his mother, whose husband killed himself. Allegedly, right? But Nick and his mom are like agoraphobic. They don't really like leave their apartment. But Hutch, you call Nick. Hi, Nick. I got this hand. It's not going great. I got like police officers and FBI and the CIA and like a bunch of weird fucking people chasing me for this fucking hand, and I need a place to like crash. And I need a place to hide. So I'm gonna need to come to your home. Thus, all three people are pushed into the abyss, the chaos of this random fucking hand. It honestly sounds a lot like the Amulet, but like less Southern Gothic, more sort of like action adventure. I'm really excited to read this. Please, Tiffany, let me know down below if you've read this, what you thought of it. I would love to know your opinion. Please. More horror. We have I Feed Her to the Beast, and the Beast is Me by Jameson Shea. Again, another cover that is just awe-inspiring. I want to lick this cover. Like, is that weird to say? This is a YA horror novel, I'm pretty sure. And this is about this girl whose name is Lore. Lore is like a ballerina. She's pretty good. She's pretty fucking good. However, because she's a black girl, she doesn't get nearly as much recognition as she fucking should. I think she's living in Paris. One day, Lore goes down to the catacombs. You know how you just like go into the catacombs or whatever? I've been on like catacomb TikTok. It seems fucking terrifying. No, thank you. She goes into the catacombs. She finds a river of blood. You know how you just find a river of blood in the catacombs? And she asks the river, "Hello, river of blood, please make me powerful." And the river of blood is like,
"Gotcha. Will do. Sure, whatever you want. I'd love to."
Lore, I'm assuming, leaves a part of herself there in the catacombs for the river of blood, and she leaves a new, better version of her. She goes back to the ballet studio, and people are inspired in awe and like reverence of her talent and beauty and grace. Like, they're like, "Wow, Lore, how did we never see it before? You're literally the best thing that's ever happened ever." As things go on, as Lore sort of like kicks bitches in the face on her way to the top, there's a question of whether or not she is still even human. Bro, I'm so excited to read this. It's kind of giving me like a villain origin story. And I love that. And I love Lore, okay? Like, I have not started reading this book, but I already love her. Let's also discuss another book called The Changing Man. This is also a book I got recently. In this, we're following Iffy. Iffy is starting at this new prestigious school, and she goes in there and she thinks to herself, there is no way that I want anything to do with any kind of fucking drama, okay? I'm here to get my diploma and then get the fuck out. Because that's the thing too, Iffy is on like a scholarship. Like, she's not paying for this school. Her parents could never afford the tuition to this school. Going in, she's like, there's no way I'm getting into any trouble. I'm getting into any drama. I'm gonna stick to me and everything's gonna be fine. And then she notices that one of her classmates is acting weird. And Iffy starts to think about this like legend, about this thing called the Changing Man. And Iffy's like, okay, is it real? Does this mean that it's real? Because then also she thinks about like the kid who went missing. And so Iffy and like these two other students start like investigating. It seems very much like a thriller, horror, perhaps paranormal, perhaps paranormal. I'm not sure, honestly, if it is paranormal. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. What can I say? I'm excited. I also have this book, which you might have seen recently in my latest vlog, and that is Stitches by Hirokatsu Kihara, art by Junji Ito. You know. Tiffany. You fucking know. I literally cannot get over it. Like, I may never recover fully, if I'm being honest with you. For you ASMR girlies. This is a short story collection with art by Junji Ito. I don't think I even need to say anything to you. Are you not convinced? Are you not entertained? Even if the stories are actual ass, I don't even care because the book itself is just gorgeous. Okay, let's talk about gay shit. I have 3 graphic novels / like mangwha, yaoi, whatever. First of all, this book. This is called The Titan's Bride. Listen, this is about this like kid. I mean, he's not a kid. He's like, I think he's like 18. And he gets suddenly transported into this world of titans. And the king titan guy, this like general titan guy, sees him. And he's like, that's my fucking wife. This man is like, that's my bride. That's who I'm gonna marry. And so he literally starts pursuing this guy who is half of his size. It's rated mature. I have verified that there are explicit sex scenes, and it is crazy. I don't want to say anything, but certain appendages are the size of a thigh. Do you know what I mean? What's also kind of like ridiculous is when I bought this, like moments before, I was like, you know what I hate? People who like isekai. Like, literally get a life. Literally pathetic. Literally, ugh. So it's so cliche, it's so reductive, it's so repetitive. And then literally I found this and I was like, I'm gonna buy it. as if I am not literally just the same as the rest of you. Like, I have not read this yet, but I'm very excited because I think it's gonna be funny and I think it's gonna be cute and I think it's gonna be saucy. And then I also did pick up Dangerous Convenience Store, which is a manhwa. This man who works in a convenience store. It's like located though in like a very sketchy part of town. And he meets this like big buff daddy guy. This guy, they start fooling around. That's what I know about the plot. Finally, for this little section, I have Punch Drunk Love, which I think I have read the first chapter of. It's about this guy. He works in this office and he's like just like a loser. He's like a nerd or whatever. But he has a crush on his like boss, higher up guy, but the higher up guy like has no interest in him. Like, the higher up guy is like a total slut. Like, he sleeps around a lot and he thinks that like, oh, this loser like loves me, but like he's never gonna get me because he's like probably fucking stupid or whatever. And then they do end up having the coitus. The boss is like, oh my god, why is he literally so sexy without his glasses? Like, it's literally this thing where the main character takes off his glasses and all of a sudden he's like the most beautiful person who's ever existed. Like, that's the vibe. This is spicy. It's supposed to be cute, and it's like also kind of ridiculous. Like, let's be honest, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, he took off his glasses, then all of a sudden I could tell that he was the perfect man for me. Like, what? I want to talk a little bit about this one book. I don't know why I purchased it, but I did purchase it. You know, people make mistakes. I am excited to read it. Kind of. That is Gothic. It's a gorgeous book. Look at this. That's stunning. The edges are sprayed. Can I say something a little bit maybe controversial? I don't really give a flying fuck about a sprayed edge. Can I say that? Can I be honest? I don't really give a flying fuck. I'm personally not sold on a book because the edges are sprayed. Maybe I honestly don't even understand it. Ask me if I know what this is about. Because I'll be honest with you, I truly and honestly do not. I assumed when I bought it that it was like a fanfic that had like its serial number sort of filed off. Do you know what I mean? I just imagined that the author got like a book deal because it was like a really popular fanfic. But I don't know if that's actually true. Maybe I should read the inside cover. You know what? I'm gonna read the inside cover. I'll be right back. It kind of seems like a Harry Potter fanfic. The names of these people. Okay, so this is about this outcast named Corvina Clem. Corvina Clem. Bro, it literally sounds like I'm trying to cough up like a fucking fur ball. She's been like an outcast her whole life. And then she gets like admitted to this university called Varenmore. She accepts it because she's like, hell yeah, man, this is what I wanted. She goes to Varenmore and she finds that it's like a castle on top of this mountain. And she's like, that's fucking spooky and weird and kind of gothic, but okay, whatever. And then there's this guy named, listen, Vad Deverall. Hate that. And he's an enigma and enjoys being a closed book. He's like a part-time professor because he's still working on his like thesis or whatever, which is kind of weird, but whatever. He's aware of like everything that the castle is or isn't. Like he's aware that like sometimes it's dangerous. And the moment he meets Corvina, he's like, she's dangerous too. So then they start solving this mystery of like people going missing. Look at these end papers, they're stunning. It's giving like dark academia, awful romantasy vibe. I think I'm gonna hate this and it makes me happy. I might read this in April. I'm thinking, which I know is dangerous for me, I'm thinking I might read or start a series, maybe even potentially like do like a reading vlog for Caravel. I think it was one of my patrons or maybe it was a viewer, I can't remember. I usually keep the note, but I don't see it. Very kindly bought me the box set of Caravel, which is the first book. Stunning. And then the second book, which is Legendary. The third book, which is Finale. That's the 3 books. And then there's also like a spin-off series, which I think is a prequel, which have these gorgeous covers. I've really been wanting to read Once Upon a Broken Heart because I've heard that it's like really good, but I don't want to read it without having the context first. So I think I might start with Caravel. I might do a reading vlog. I don't know. Let me know down below if you'd be interested in seeing a reading vlog for these books for me. From what I know, this is about 2 sisters. Scarlett and Nutella are like besties or whatever. But then one day, I think Tella gets kidnapped by like circus pirate guy or people. Maybe they're not pirates. The ringleader is like, ring, hey, Scarlett, your sister Nutella, she's gonna stay with me. Yeah, until you come and pick her up and like give us something. I'm literally working the synopsis from memory. So if this seems wrong, it's probably because it is. The book, I think, is about Scarlett going to find her nut butter sister, Scarlett falling in love with the bad guy. I don't know. I've honestly just heard that it's kind of like the Night Circus. I think Once Upon a Broken Heart is like an enemies to lovers. And that's mostly the reason why I want to read it, because I feel like it's like a slow burn enemies to lovers thing. Let me know if I'm wrong. We have 3 books left. I want to add A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. This is Ava's YA debut, and it's supposed to be like a dark academia thing. The reason I want to read this so soon after buying it is because I saw like a TikTok where somebody said that this was really, really good. And I was like, I bought that. From what I understand, and like the synopsis is kind of meandering, kind of all over the place, but it's about this girl whose name is Effie. Effie is like obsessed with fairy tales. Like she believes in them. And she specifically loves this one book by this one author. Effie one day gets a chance to go live at this author's house and like redecorate it or do something with it. I forget. At the house, she meets this guy who's like immediately just like a douchebag. Like Effie's like, oh, I hate you, like immediately, which is kind of like a vibe. Her and this dude have like very different ideas about this author and like very different like viewpoints. Like he's like, you don't even realize how fucking stupid that guy is. Like he's the worst. And Effie's like, he's literally like my idol. What are you talking about? As the 2 rival students investigate the reclusive author's legacy, piecing together clues through his letters, books, and diaries, they discover that the house's foundation isn't the only thing that can't be trusted. First of all, this cover is stunning. I'm excited to read it just based on that one person that I saw said it was good. I have this book that I want to read because it's gay. And that's literally it. And that is She Gets the Girl by Rachel Lippincott and Alison Derrick. This is a sapphic, gay, I think YA romance. In this, we're following Alex and Molly. Alex is a flirt. Alex knows how to get the girl. Alex knows how to start a relationship. However, Alex doesn't know how to really like keep the relationship. She gets broken up with, she gets dumped a lot. Then we have Molly, who is hopeless in terms of love, in terms of starting things. Like she has this crush on this one girl named Cora, but Cora doesn't even know that she exists. Like Molly like is in love with her, but has never spoken to Cora. Alex and Molly meet, right, on their college campus. And they're like, we shouldn't even know each other. Like, we have nothing in common, like, whatsoever at all. But they start to notice that maybe they have, like, what the other needs. Alex volunteers to help Molly learn how to get her dream girl to fall for her so she can prove to her ex that she's not a selfish flirt. And while Alex is the last person Molly would ever think she could trust, she can't deny Alex knows what she's doing with girls unlike her. The two embark on their 5-step plan to get their girls to fall in love with them. They both begin to wonder if maybe they're the ones falling for each other. Like, it's kind of giving like a fake dating thing, but like without being a fake dating thing. You know what I mean? It's so cute. Ugh. The last book in this TBR video that I'm going to mention is Lonely Castle in the Mirror by Mitsuki Sujimura. Tiffany, look at this cover. Are you joking? It's gorgeous. I'm so excited to read this, dude. In this, we are following this girl who is named Kokoro. Kokoro is upset. Kokoro is a bit sad because Kokoro is getting bullied at school. It's really rough, actually. And so Kokoro one day is in the girls' bathroom, you know, during class, crying because she's just like fucking fed up with it, my guy. She's like, I can't keep doing this, my dude. Like, my heart breaks every single day because these kids are just like so relentless. Like, give me a fucking break. Maybe just for like a second. Kokoro is like quite upset. And then as she's crying, she looks around, whatever, and she sees in the mirror of the bathroom something weird. And so Kokoro stands up, waddles over the mirror, and looks into it. And what does she see but a girl in like a fox mask? So Kokoro is like, the fuck is that? And somehow Kokoro ends up going through the mirror and into another fucking world. It's an isekai. Kokoro is pulled from her lonely life into a resplendent, bizarre fairy tale castle guarded by a strange girl in a wolf mask. It wasn't a fox mask, it was a wolf mask, my bad. 6 other students have been brought to the castle, and soon this marvelous refuge becomes their playground. As Kokoro and her new acquaintances spend more time in their new sanctuary, they begin to unlock the castle's secrets and tentatively each other's. Bro, I have been wanting to read this book, okay? But when I did buy it, I didn't have an audiobook, and I was not in the place where I could sit down and like physically read a book. Do you know what I mean? Because like I was still in my university thing. But lately, I don't know. I feel like lately I'm like becoming like a better version of myself in terms of like my mental health. Like I feel like I actually care. Like I actually have like the will to live recently, which is crazy for me because usually I don't, or like I haven't. But I feel like my pills, the SSRIs, are like really just like kicking in. I've been reading more books physically, and so even though this book does now actually also have an audiobook, but anyway, I'm really excited to read this. I can't fucking wait. Okay, my friends, my family, my familia. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was so much fun seeing you and being around you and like talking to you. I loved it. Wish we could do this more often. I wish you were just like around all the time. I mean, if you moved in, we could have that time together. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, whatever. Just like think about it. It's just like a little tiny little thought. Just like think about it, okay? Thank you so much. Don't forget to let me know down below what you thought of all these books. If you've read any of them, what you thought. Let me know also if you have any recommendations for books I should pick up, check out, read. Let me know. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe because we talk about spooky shit, talk about creepy shit, we talk about being a Titan's fucking bride and being the beast in the blood river, in the catacombs. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in my next one. Take care. Bye. Bye, Tiffany. Goodbye. By the way, you look fucking gorgeous. Look stunning. It's like literally hard to look at you because you're just like fucking gorgeous.